gonna be no high level professionalism. You know what I'm saying? Is what I'm getting at.
Correct.
It's in the middle of the hood, and they not going. It's not upscale like that. But like I know a lot of black businesses that, but it's the same thing in any community though. If it's in the middle of the community and that community is primarily what pretty much shops there, yeah, they tend to act like whatever in that community. Just like I go to El Paso, same thing. You walk in there, they pretty much gonna talk Spanish, and if they're not talking Spanish, they talking slang. You know what I'm saying? It's because that's the community that is in, and that's pretty much what they're surrounded by. I said, but if you go to a more established store or somewhere where it's like a diverse community, you will see a little bit more professionalism. But I was like, my example I gave was like, dude, it's going to be like that anywhere if you go to a store that's in the middle of a community that is just populated by one race group. That's anywhere. I said, just like if you go to one of these redneck stores that's in the middle of Redneckville, you're going to hear a bunch of redneck stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I get at it. But that never used to happen. And I hate to see our people do that to our own people because you help it to add to the stereotype.
Yeah, I can see that. But again, code of conduct, for instance, a lot of people don't know that the University Club, you remember that place in Jackson?
Not really. Familiarize me with it.
Yeah, it was a 5-star restaurant on the top of a hotel. All the way up top. It was a private club. Really a restaurant. But they had live entertainment and a couple of other things. And a lot of people didn't realize that the University Club was actually a black-owned business. But it was, like I said, a 5-star restaurant. And the type of behavior displayed there was completely different than what you would see over at a mom and pop's burger joint off in the hood. The difference in the class, like once the money situation changes our community, and the same thing happened with me actually, and a lot of other people could probably relate. Once your finances change, so does your frame of mind. You desire better things for yourself. You tend to lash out a whole lot less when things become complete for you. I think that a lot of the problems with the code of conduct, so to speak, in the black community is mental health. I'm so serious.
Ignore that. Keep going.
I think people struggle with mental health issues and are in denial. You know what I'm saying? That something is bothering them, or something happening, they don't know how to deal with it. And that's where a lot of the things come from that we see, that are not, that make us look like we're not glued together. Because I think black people suffer with so much mental, anguish until it becomes a factor in their regular day. Like it keeps them from being able to have a normal day. That's a big part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because if you're mentally well, there's just certain things you don't do.
Plus, we as a people have a stereotypical belief that you're supposed to just toughen up and suck it up and keep moving. We have a thing against actually trying to have mental health or getting treated rather, which is crazy. But
yeah, it's crazy.
Because a lot of. Oh yeah, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Hey. All right. Well, look, I think a lot of things that mental health there is that there are so many things that are, I would say, not normal or should not be normal that we consider normal, and we don't see there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things like that, I think. But sometimes, all right, I'll put it like this. I never really thought about mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, some folks you say, oh, that person's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's levels to it. And then you say, no, this person is nuts. Like, there's something wrong with this person, right?
Yeah.
But there are, I've known people who were normal folks, and they went nuts. You know what I mean? Like a real nice, likable person under so much stress and, certain situations, this person literally broke. I mean, like, you would think, okay, this fool is really just faking so he can get off the boat. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man. This dude literally went nuts. It's like you can't fake this. It's real. It happens.
Yeah.
Still on the outside looking in, you can't really just understand it. But the past few years, like, I swear I've been close to the point where I mentally was damn near about to break.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Like where I was literally, like I was lost in my own thoughts, man. It's like I couldn't move. It's like I was just frozen, man. I didn't know what to do, where to turn, who to talk to. I couldn't really talk to nobody. I wanted to talk, but then it was just kind of confusing, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think I climbed myself out of it, but I ain't gonna lie. We're talking about years.
Mm-hmm.
It all kind of came to a head recently, but this is stuff I've been struggling with for years.
I think part of our problem
and you know what that's called, Smokey? You know what that's called? That's PTSD.
Do you know? And I thought about that, but it kind of depends. So it depends on what frame of mind I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I think a lot of us got PTSD and don't even know it.
And that's the thing. I found out I had it. Everybody struggles with something. And it's not healthy to struggle with that one something for years. That's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing you want to keep the healthiest is your mind, because your body can be functioning completely properly, completely normal. But if your mind is not right, the rest of your health is gonna suffer. And now, having said that, I think on a ratio of black women to black men, if you think about something, relationships in the black community, iron sharpens iron. And a lot of reasons why relationships are failing, and you have people just hooking up, getting illegitimate kids together, which creates a whole nother problem of its own. Iron sharpens iron, but you can't drink out of two broken glasses. You can't pour water in glasses that are broken and drink from it. And it's like the women don't realize that the men are broken. That they may have endured something at some point that they're still dealing with, and the men don't realize that the women, are dealing with something, and they may still be broken. Nobody has had time to heal from nothing, and it's like it's a repetitious cycle, and each one affects the next. Say, for instance, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to climb on the choo-choo train, but just think about it. Our grandparents during the civil rights era endured a whole lot of hardship, things that was unnecessary. They seen things we'll never see, and it trickles down. They raise their kids to be frightened of certain things. They tell you horror stories about what happened to them when they was young, and they never got over it. They never got over it. So when those kids are raised, they develop a certain something about white people they don't like, and they're determined to be the least like them. They don't want to speak correct grammar. They don't want to conform to wearing, white boy clothes. They don't want to conform to working a regular job. They don't want the man taxing their check, and at the same time, that cycle is so vicious until we have less to choose from for mates. It's hard to find somebody that's in the same frame of mind that you're in because you don't know what their status was growing up. You don't know what their parents implanted in their mind. You don't know if they got a chance to observe the world for themselves and be able to, act accordingly when the time is right. You don't know. You don't know if that person going to flip out at any minute and kill everybody in the room. You have no idea. Then what happens is, because you don't understand them and they ain't got time to go backwards in time and replay all of that for you, you wind up with a broken piece of glass. Well, again, when that glass is broken, you can't drink from it. So with that being said, you got, if iron sharpens iron, broken glass don't do nothing. It don't do nothing but create a problem. So a lot of this is stemming from those eras. We don't like to go backwards and tell it like it is, but it is what it is. Black people have been suffering from PTSD and other mental issues for at least 50 years. And, I keep going back to the American Association of Psychiatric Professionals, and they say that 1 out of 2 Americans are dealing with mental health issues and they're untreated. Just think about that. It could be PTSD, it could be schizophrenia, it could be anything. It could be oppositional defiance, it could be anything. Oppositional defiance is basically when you've decided that you're not going to submit to authority. It don't matter if they right or wrong. You just done decided you're not going to do nothing nobody says. ODD.
And that's not counting people that just got a mental chemical imbalance. Because you got some people that's like that can actually be treated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think about how many children was born in the 70s and their parents were alcoholics and drug addicts. Scientists put this stuff out there for a reason. And yet you still have people who smoke marijuana when they're pregnant, who drink uncontrollably, who pop a molly every now and then, who club and not getting the correct amount of rest. You still have those people. Now, I come from a funny acting family. The last thing you're going to do is do anything to yourself to hurt yourself while you're pregnant. That's number 1. Number 2, you're not going to get with somebody who come from a certain type of family. That just, that's unacceptable in my circle. Your family values, it kind of does mold who you become in the end.
Mm-hmm. And it's look, that's not counting the people that's like in Flint that ironing your water over years of drinking that gives you a chemical imbalance too. And they say they could be contributing to, like Chicago too, for that matter, to the amount of violence.
Wow, you talking about like lead in the water?
Mm-hmm. From years and years of having those pipes, using those pipes, and kids drinking and they letting the kids drinking and all that. Years and years of that. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm real honest. I told you guys for a while that, man, I used to have to just pray about it. I just had violent tendencies and never could understand where it was coming from. Like it took me years to get over that. Just I couldn't stand for people to say nothing crazy to me. I just could not take it. And I used to always just visualize just doing something violent. It sounds crazy, but the first thing people got to admit when they have any type of problem is to admit it. In the black community, it's like you get a veil of shame for admitting something like that. People, so crazy over there. He don't do this, and and it's kind of looked down upon. So people go not treated for whatever it is. That's how you be ending up having these mothers too, doing crazy stuff to their kids. Same thing. And then everybody be going, how in the world did that happen? And years and years of having mental illness that never got treated. That people probably saw and said something wrong, but nobody tried to either help them get help or push them toward getting help. Did I lose everybody? I think I lost everybody. Well, behind that